Hi, I'm Jacqui Crooks, EFT Master of Do-It-Yourself Tapping. And I'd like to talk to you today about ancestors and ancestral patterns and beliefs. The things that we pick up when we're very young that get passed down through the generations right to us. That help us to get our view of the world, help us to get our view of who we are, who other people are. Because those beliefs started way, way back, generations ago, right back to the dawn of man, in fact, some of them. And they're usually passed down to try and keep us safe. People create a way of seeing things and it seems to keep them safe, so they pass it on. And then it gets passed on and on and on, and often we don't even realise that some of those things are there. And really, where your family comes from, your family background, will also affect the beliefs that you have. If you come from the UK, we haven't had a successful invasion in the UK since 1066. So being invaded is not something that we're particularly aware of. We don't have any major strategies to cope with that. But if you lived in Eastern Europe, where boundaries change frequently, after every war, during every war, sometimes without even a war, an invasion can take place just by somebody driving a tank or a car across the border. They're going to have different strategies for dealing with that invasion. There's going to be a certain sense of alertness there. If your family is Jewish, Jews have been persecuted for thousands of years. And so you're going to have a different viewpoint of the world to somebody from the UK, where that sense of persecution hasn't been common. Different set of alert systems. And in the UK, with our feudal system, you soon learnt to stay within your station. You worked out where you fitted in the hierarchy and you stayed there, because if you stepped out of it, people didn't like it and you got into trouble. It's one of the reasons that Brits don't tend to celebrate loudly the things that we do well. We're much more likely to apologise for doing something well, whereas people from another country will celebrate the successes that they've had. But we've learned to be less visible. I was thinking one of the things people say, keep your head below the parapet. In the First World War, if you stuck your head above the parapet, it got shot off. It's a metaphor for the things that get passed down, the beliefs that get passed down. And we're running a whole bunch of beliefs that are limiting us in our lives here and now, because on some level we've taken those things on that have been passed down to us. And really what I'd like to do is a bit of updating the software, telling the subconscious that, thanks, but these things don't fit who I am now. So that's what we're going to be tapping on in a few minutes. So what I'd like you to do is to think, at this moment, is there a belief that perhaps, isn't helping you? A belief you'd like to let go of? Something that's limiting you? There are probably lots of things around ancestors that you don't know about at the moment. But just think of something that you'd like to not be believing, that would be more supportive for you to believe. And when you've found something, I'd just like you to take a moment and go in and check, when you think about that belief, where is the feeling in your body? And just check to see if it has a colour, a texture, a shape, because you're going to be using that as a scale. Because you're going to check that at the beginning of the tapping, you're going to check it again at the end of the tapping to see how things have progressed. And if you want to use those bodily feelings in EFT and you're not used to EFT, check out my YouTube video, Jacqui Crooks Explains How to Use EFT, because that will talk you through how to do that. So in a moment we're going to do some tapping, really just to tell the subconscious what we want to work on. So you might like to tap along with me. And by tapping along with me, of course, you're agreeing to take on full responsibility for your emotional and physical well-being. And if negative emotions or strong emotions come up while you're tapping, please keep tapping, because that's the best possible way to release it. So even though I've got all these beliefs that I've carried all these years that weren't even mine in the first place, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though people pass those beliefs on, and they've come right down through the generations, and they came to me too, and I've been carrying them all these years, I deeply and completely love and accept myself and everyone that was involved in passing them on to me. Even though those beliefs actually may have had a purpose at some point, but may be limiting me right here and now. I deeply and completely love and accept myself and all those feelings. Even though all those people did the very best they could, and they passed down the things that they knew, because that's all they had to pass on. I choose to thank them for their help, acknowledge their part in my life, keep all the good stuff that that's given me, and release all those limiting beliefs that are keeping me stuck. They passed them on. They weren't even mine in the first place. And I took them, and I built on them, and I've been living them ever since. And they've got me where I am now, with all the resources that I have. And I'm choosing to let go of the beliefs that are keeping me small. So just take a breath, give yourself a shake. You might want a drink. Staying hydrated is good when you're doing EFT. And then just go back in and check when you think about that belief you started with, what are the feelings in your body right now? And if any thoughts, what ifs, yes buts or other beliefs popped up, just jot them down so that you can do some work on them later on. Okay? Even though they passed me those on with the best of intentions, and I took them, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though they're keeping me limited, because they were designed for a different time and a different space and a different person, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm a different person now from when I took them on, and I have more resources now than I've ever had before, and I'm still using these, I choose to release the need to hold on to that stuff. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself and all those people who contributed to me being where I am now. I'm letting go of that old stuff. I'm keeping the strength that I've gained from dealing with it, but I'm letting go of the rubbish. Thanking all those people who've helped to pass that down to me. Thanking all those people who've helped me be who I am right now. Thanking all those people who've helped me gain all the resources I have now. Celebrating where I am now and who I am now. Sending those old beliefs back for recycling. And I deeply and completely love and accept us all. And another shake. Take a few minutes, take a breath. Go in and check what's going on in the body. And you can continue to use the body as a way to tap through anything that's left around this. You can use the beliefs that you came up with as another way of tapping through these old limiting beliefs. And I wish you much success in creating beliefs that support who you are right here and now in your life, that allow you to live your life to the fullest. So happy tapping. Goodbye.